Hi, welcome to another episode on the My Fragrance Journey channel. In this video, I will be taking you a selection of 6 fragrances that are fresh and fruity. So they've got a prominent 1, 2, or 3 fruity note in them, and these are, fragrances that are very versatile, fairly, I would say acceptable out there, not very challenging, very easygoing, very acceptable fragrances. And this is sort of like the current generation from the original, what I would compare to the Tommy Boys, the Hugo Boss bottled, the Hugo Boss Man, that old school type of fragrances where they had a prominent, usually fruity note running through them, and that gave them a nice, unique, fresh scent to them. So these are in the similar vein from my collection that I've taken out to just take you through. And at number 6, a classic fragrance of note. This is oh man, I call it a citrus fest. So prominent notes here: lemon, bergamot, and mandarin orange. So there's a combination of those citrus notes there. It's a classic fragrance from 1994. Unisex. It was marketed as unisex. So most of these fragrances, some of the brave ladies out there can actually take them on and use them. They're very, you can convert them into unisex fragrance if you like, because they've got that fruity, sweet, fresh type of scent DNA, as compared to the usually manly type of strong aromatic type of fragrances. So yeah, at number 6, CK1 from Calvin Klein. And then at number 5, a fragrance from the House of Amaf, a clone, a Middle Eastern clone fragrance house. So they clone a lot of popular fragrances, much more expensive fragrances at a very good price. So this one is a clone of Creed Aventus, one of the most well-known clones of Creed Aventus. So here the prominent note is pineapple. That's usually the note that this fragrance leads by, but it's got a lemon, bergamot, blackcurrant, and apple also in the top. So, but the apple, the pineapple note is the one that dominates across the fragrance from opening to dry down in a way. So very popular scent DNA here. I've smelled a couple of fragrances, newer fragrances that are sort of copying what Creed Aventus and then ultimately Club de Nuit Man, Intense for Men, has done. So yeah, and I'll probably be doing a video in the coming year on some of those fragrances that I have in my collection that smell very similar to this, and by association to Creed Aventus, if you'd like. At number 4 is a fragrance that I haven't given a lot of love to, even though it's almost finished. It's a fragrance I've had for a while in my collection, and I must say I wear it quite often, or I've sort of given it over to my son to wear every now and then. And then this is Carolina Herrera 212 Heroes Forever Young. It's a 2021 release, very fun looking, targeted at the youth. The prominent note here is a pear note mixed with ginger and the note of cannabis at the top. So that's the fragrance right here. Like I say, it's one of those unforgettable. It will be in your face for like 2 hours, and then it just disappears, and once you put it away, you never really think about going back to it. At least that's my experience. So yeah, that's Carolina Herrera CH212 Heroes Forever Young, 2021 release, with the note of pear. The next one is a favorite of mine from a while ago, And gee, I've been looking to get a bigger bottle, but unfortunately, price wise, the bigger bottles are very costly. For some reason, this is very highly priced fragrance, and it's Hugo Boss Sport. So here, the prominent note is start to finish is the note of grapefruit. Yeah, so this is a very much grapefruit heavy fragrance, very fresh, very green smelling, because it's got some cardamom there, and yeah, an aldehyde. So if you want a dose of grapefruit, this is it. Grapefruit from opening to dry down, very prominent. Yeah, so that's Hugo Boss Sport at number 3. At number 2, a fragrance that I'm very, very fond of, a fragrance that has surprised me, a fragrance that I always, put it on and I think to myself, this shouldn't cost as much as I paid for it. And it is L'Homme Rochas from the House of Rochas, Rochas L'Homme. It's a 2020 release. The prominent note here is a blood orange note. There's also some pineapple, but the blood orange is the one the one note that just leads the whole presentation. Yeah, and it's those office friendly type of fragrances, those signature scent worthy type of things. And if you're gonna buy this, you're not gonna smell like a lot of people, so you'll smell unique, I must say, with something like this. So from the House of Rochas at number 2, L'Homme Rochas. And then at number 1, a fragrance that I love, absolutely love. This is my 3rd bottle of this fragrance, and it leads, and from opening to dry down, the prominent note here is a pear note. I think the way the pear note has been done here is just one of the best. So it is Coach Man, released in 2017. Like I said, it's the 3rd bottle of this fragrance that I've owned since then, and it is the perfect, office fragrance. It is non-offensive, it is pleasurable, it's fresh, it's fruity, and that pear note, at first, it takes a while until you look at the note breakdown. Obviously, initially, you don't know what it is, but you just know it's a pleasurable, it's a fresh, it's soft, and it's just welcoming type of opening. Yeah, and the note of pear is what, is the star of the show with Coach for Men from 2017. Yeah, so that's my list of the, from my collection, my top, 6 fruity fresh fragrances for males out there. Some of them, would definitely work as unisex fragrances, but yeah, they are very much male fragrances with a nice prominent fruity note. And with that said, can you please like and subscribe to the channel? Till next time, over and out. Peace.